Welcome to AdventureSphere. This channel is dedicated to missing people who are associated with a still missing vehicle. We ask you to consider subscribing, watch our content, ring the notification bell to learn when we upload new information, and share our videos to help spread awareness, which will help us locate those who've lost their voice. The National Suicide Prevention Lifeline can be reached by dialing or texting 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Calls are free and confidential. Every year, over 600,000 individuals go missing in the United States, according to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. While many are quickly found and returned to their families, others remain missing as years pass by. This is Kenneth's story. So Kenneth Lee Gautier, goes by Kenny or Lee to his friends, disappeared from Bradenton, Florida on approximately June 26, 1975. Kenny spoke with his mother that day, and she said he seemed to be acting normal. Kenny was to see his uncle in Ruskin, a neighboring town, but it's unclear if the two actually saw each other. Kenny left his family's home in Comac, New York, in his green 1972 Volkswagen Karmann, I think it's Ghia, to see his uncle. While he was in Florida, he found a room to rent with a couple of guys in Bradenton. When his uncle hadn't heard from Kenny in a couple of weeks, he popped over to Kenny's. Kenny wasn't there and hasn't been seen or heard from since. Just prior to his disappearance, Kenny made the news on May 21st, 1975. The story says he was a resident of Sun City, Florida. That's more inland a little bit. And was arrested for misdemeanor possession of marijuana in Manatee County on Longboat Key. The key is affectionately known as Beer Can Island. Sun City is 4 or 5 miles south of Ruskin, where Kenny's uncle lived. So I'm wondering, did Kenny's family know about the charge? Would Kenny be okay going through the process, or would he have tried to run from it? His parents knew he wanted to tour the western United States. Was that before or after the arrest? Prior to his disappearance, Kenny had broken his back in a car accident and lost 3 fingers of his right hand in a firecracker incident in 1972 when he was 17. Kenny had long hair at the time of his disappearance. His family couldn't think of any reason why he would walk away from his life, and thought he must have just left to go see the West. On June 26, 1975, the high was 88 and the low was 80. The sunrise was at 6:37 a.m. and it set at 8:31 p.m. In mid-April 1981, about 5 years later, someone calling himself Lee Gautier called his parents collect at their New York home at 4:30 p.m. Lee Gautier was the name his family called him. His mother answered the phone and accepted the charges, but the caller hung up before they could be connected. The call was traced to a payphone in Daytona Beach, Florida. Almost a month later, Kenny's parents got another call from the person claiming to be Lee. And again, the caller hung up before they could be connected. This call was traced to a cell block in the Orange County Jail in Orlando, Florida. There was no inmate in the jail listed under Kenneth Lee Gautier or Lee Gautier, and the jail staff was unable to determine who placed the call. In response to the calls, Kenny's brother flew to Florida and searched for him among the transient population in Daytona Beach and posted flyers asking for him to call home. One witness thought she recognized Kenny from the photographs. She said she'd seen a man who looked like him shooting pool in a local bar. The man she saw was missing fingers from his right hand like Kenny. The search efforts were fruitless, however, and the persons who called the New York home have never been identified. There's been no confirmed sightings of Kenny since 1975. Kenny was officially reported missing in April 2016, I believe, by his sister. At the time of this recording in 2023, today Kenny would be 68 years old. The Hillsboro County Sheriff's Office is investigating. They can be reached at 813-247-0557, and his case number is 16239-005. The places I'm about to mention are shared with my blessing, so Kenny can be reunited with his family, regardless who higher powers work through. The description box has our email address if you'd like to share insight on a missing person or to donate equipment. The video of Google Earth you're watching has a measurement from our current best starting location. Right now I'm going to go off of Bradenton, and then we scroll out about 5 miles of their last known location, and we can also search within 5 miles of a known destination as well as sentimental areas. If an area has been heavily searched, we may expand the search area, but please keep in mind that accidents tend to happen closer to the known locations. So right around Bradenton, we've got the Manatee River, Terracea Bay, Braden River. There's a quarry just west of Rubonia. There's the bridge at Seabreeze Point. Then the I-275 bridge goes across a very large area of water. There's the Palma Sola Causeway Park and the bay. And then there's the Kingfish boat ramp. That looks like that might be possible as well. I do have some questions if any of his friends or family see this. It might help us reduce the search area. So I'm curious if he was an early bird or a night owl. Did he give any possessions away in the month or two before he disappeared? Does he prefer driving on main roads or back roads? Is he comfortable driving at night? Let's see here. Did he put any calls into AAA, a mechanic, or his car insurance provider in the day or two before he went missing? Is he conditioned to driving long distances, more than 3 hours at a time? And then does he have any chronic health issues, such as being diabetic, epileptic? Did he have any recent head trauma from the car accident, perhaps? And then the thing that might help us the most is if we can get the place of his last verified financial transaction, someplace where he would have wrote a check or used a credit or a debit card. We are working on securing sonar and other equipment needed to physically search for the people featured on our channel, including Kenny. Currently, there's over 400 cases featured on our channel, and more cases are continually being added. Their families are waiting for their family member to be found. We ask you to consider donating through one of the links in the description box. It's not mandatory, but because of your generosity, we'll be able to provide some closure to their family and area government free of charge. When you donate to AdventureSphere, you ensure that volunteers can continue to help locate those who've lost their voice. Thank you for whatever support you can give. If you'd like to help Kenny's family find him, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and ring the notification bell to receive progress reports. There's just a couple more minutes left in the video. I'm going to let it play out in case you're interested to see the entire search area. If you see something I missed, please let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and remember that we love you.